What is up, guys and girls? Welcome to another episode of the Nonsense Review. Episode 130, I should say. I'm your host, as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello, everybody.
And it's not just episode 130, it is part 4, the final part, in fact, of Let's Get Down to Disness.
Yes, it is.
Today we're watching Atlantis, the Lost Empire.
Yeah, we are. This is one that I think you've seen, but I haven't.
I've not seen this. This is one...
Have you not seen this? Okay, this is the one that neither of us has seen. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we sandwiched it. We started with one neither of us saw, we're ending with one neither of us have seen.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so yeah, this was one that apparently it was similar to The Emperor's New Groove, a dueling movie with The Road to El Dorado.
Yeah, okay. I have seen Road to El Dorado, and that's a damn good movie.
Yeah, and all three have been vindicated by...
The memes?
Yeah. This one not so much by the memes, more people in the future look back on it with glee, you know?
Yeah, nostalgia's a hell of a drug. This film came out in that prime sort of area where I just wasn't interested in Disney. It seems to be a lot of films in like the 2000 to like 2005 era that like are hidden gems because it feels like no one watched them.
For me, it started with like Hercules and ended with like Lilo and Stitch.
Okay, Lilo and Stitch came about a year after this film, so...
Yeah, so I just missed this.
Yeah, and the reason why I had to say the suffix of Lost Empire is Rick informed me that there's actually two of these movies, and the other one's called Milo's something or other.
Yeah, Milo's Return. It's I believe it doesn't have Michael J. Fox, but it's got a sound alike in the sequel movie.
Rick, in all fairness, I didn't know Michael J. Fox was in this movie.
Well, you're about to find out because he's the main character.
But yes, those of you familiar with the podcast probably know we don't just do our review, we like to briefly talk about our weeks and the goings-on in the wide universe beforehand. So with that in mind, Rick, how's your week been, buddy?
Well, on a personal note, I went to see The Blue Beetle. It was all right.
Oh, I didn't want to hear that. I wanted to hear that it was great. That's disappointing.
It was all right. There was a lot of heart in it. If you compare it to other DC films, that's a very low bar, and therefore it's fantastic. The only ones that it's competing with are the Wonder Womans and Aquaman, more or less.
Aquaman was a pretty good film. Better than it had any right to be. But it also had Jason Momoa leading the charge, so...
Yeah. And also, obviously, the Oscar-winning Joker is a bit of an outlier because, you know, Batman films are a thing unto themselves and not really DC films, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Joker's not part of the DC universe canon.
Yeah. I personally enjoyed the Suicide Squad, but not everyone did, so yeah.
I appreciated the Suicide Squad original film when it came out because I was like, they tried. I thought it was a bit shit, but they tried. The second Suicide Squad with James Gunn was fucking great.
I like both of them. The second one, like, far more than the first. I would say this is below that, slightly above. I'd say slightly above Wonder Woman in terms of that. I don't think Wonder Woman is as compelling a character as portrayed by Gal Gadot.
Sure, I haven't actually watched the Wonder Woman live-action films because they were coming out during a period where DC films were shit, so I didn't watch it. I only watched Aquaman because my friends were like, let's go see Aquaman, and I was like, I don't really want to, but I want to hang out with my friends, so...
But yeah, other than that, we won a free carvery, and then we were turned away because it was Sunday. They didn't want to give away free carveries on Sunday, so we went back during the week.
For those of you who don't know, because you're either not in the UK or you don't eat meat or some other reason, carveries in the UK usually charge extra on a Sunday.
Yeah, they charge £1 extra on Friday and Saturday and £2 extra on Sunday. Just because they can fill the place without trying.
Yeah, because it's a Sunday, people want a Sunday roast and can't be asked to cook.
Yeah, I did hear a pretty ridiculous complaint. Someone just going up to one of the waitstaff and going, "Excuse me, have you got any cauliflower cheese?" And before waiting for an answer, "Because it's Sunday."
I don't understand.
As if the day gave them some righteous fury.
It's Sunday and I must have me cauliflower cheese. It's the only thing that'll keep me regular.
Yeah.
What the fuck kind of complaint? Like, I get it. Like, cauliflower cheese is a regular side to have offered at a carvery, but righteous fury over the lack of cauliflower cheese? Even saying it makes me giggle.
Yeah, and the other thing was, this is the first time I've ever seen mac and cheese served alongside a gravy dinner.
Oh, okay, so at the Toby Carvery is a fairly big chain across the UK.
Yeah, these are the Toby ones, yeah. It's a standard now, but last time I went was like mid-2000s.
But yeah, mac and cheese has always been a side. We've got one friend who gets mac and cheese, pops it on his plate, and then pours gravy over the mac and cheese, and I don't really like mac and cheese, but that seems like sacrilege.
Yeah, I also feel the same way about people that put gravy on things like I don't like cauliflower, so I don't eat cauliflower cheese. But putting gravy on cauliflower cheese also seems like a waste of both things.
Yeah, like it feels like like you're gonna kill one of the flavors. So what's the point?
And I also don't agree with putting, jam. Okay, I don't mind jam on meat. What I don't like is jam and gravy on meat.
See, I find jam on meat very odd. However, I'm then thinking, oh, well, you got cranberry during Christmas, and when you look at mint, that's basically jam.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like mint sauce, apple sauce, cranberry sauce. I count these all as jam and think that they shouldn't go in gravy.
Well, you're talking to someone who, if I'm not making the gravy myself at home or having my mother make the gravy because she makes good gravy, I don't actually have gravy. I don't like Toby gravy. I have my food dry. I have a shit ton of stuffing to make up for it.
Sure.
But because I don't have gravy, the people I go with usually go, how can you eat that without gravy? And it's like, very easily. You're watching me.
Yeah. Yeah, at Toby, they've also got the onion pot.
Oh.
So if you want to get your own small amount of onion gravy, you can just dip the ladle in and get some onions out of that.
Boy, what a thrilling segment for the podcast. British people are like, yeah, we've all been to a Toby. Yanks are like, what the fuck are they on about?
Yeah. I also picked up Temtem, which is now no longer on Super Sale. This is the Pokemon spiritual successor, which is on Steam, and it came out of early access about a year ago.
I don't think you can call something a spiritual successor when the thing that it's based off is still alive and well.
Yeah, fair enough. A love letter.
I'd call it a clone, but love letter is certainly a kinder way of phrasing it, but continue.
So I've not tried it yet, but it's basically loaded up for my trip. Out in the world, Charles Martinet has announced his retirement from Nintendo. The voice of Mario is basically no longer going to be the voice of Mario. He's also Parthenax.
It's this weird thing where when the news broke, you were part of the group chat, so you could have seen, I was like, that guy said he wanted to voice Mario until he died. So I'm like, this is weird. I've dug into it a bit further, and allegedly the reason Martinet has given is, one, he's getting a pretty cushy deal. He's going to be Mario ambassador, which means Nintendo's going to keep paying him for life, basically.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, he has gone on record as saying that it now hurts for his voice to go that high.
Yeah. That's an entirely reasonable reason to give up doing what you love if it causes you pain. The other benefit of quitting while he's on top of his game, as it were, is that he can give a blessing to a successor, and the fans will have that on record,
Yeah.
And then out in the world, the Anos Voldigode anime has restarted after a very long mid-season hiatus, which has spanned multiple seasons. It's really weird that it's restarted in the middle of the anime season.
I don't know what the fuck this is, so...
Okay, I think the actual term is the Misfit at Demon Academy. I forgot this.
Have we spoken about this before, Rick? Or
we may have done. I think we spoke about it when Season 2 started again. Well, when it started for the first time, and then it just ended out of nowhere, because it turns out it hadn't ended. It just went on hiatus, and now they're doing the second half of Season 2. It's starting at episode 6 or 7. It's not like they've gone to the end of what would normally be a normal length season of 12 episodes or anything. But it seems like they're timing it to end with the end of the 12 episode season, which is why it's so weird to have started it in the middle of a season like this.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on anime, but this does sound like a bit of a clusterfuck. Was the studio on strike or something? Or it's just so baffling.
I honestly don't know. I just saw that it came back out of nowhere.
Sure, man.
And on the back of Russia failing a moon landing, India has succeeded at a moon landing. They've landed on the south pole of the moon. You can go into more detail because that's pretty much all I know about it. They've landed on the south side of the moon, and round of applause to them.
Yeah, so earlier in the week, the Russian Luna 25 crashed, which I was like, well, that kind of sucks, but at the same time, we know there's several countries racing to be the first to the south side of the moon, the south pole of the moon, rather, however you want to phrase it. It feels very much like Russia was rushing to catch up, pardon the pun.
Yes.
So that's probably what caused that. Meanwhile, literally yesterday or the day before, the timeline's a bit fuzzy in my head because the news has just been constantly bombarded. India's Chandrayaan-3 makes it. They are the first country to land something successfully on the south side of the moon. And the main mission, as is most people's mission on that part of the moon, which we have not gotten to until, yesterday, is to study the ice there to see if water can be sustained on the moon, which is going to be interesting, let's not lie.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, this is a great step forward for global science.
It really is. It's one of the few fields where it feels like country doesn't matter, It does matter to the sense that, yes, India deserves full props because they've went all in on this and they're the first to do it, not taking anything away from them from that. But it just benefits humanity as a whole, and how can you not get behind that?
Yeah, it's a reason we have an international space station. But yeah, in general, it being an international space station means that everyone's got a finger in the pie. Everyone that wants to contribute can.
We won't talk about the one that belongs to just China.
But yeah, I think that's about it from me and what I've seen in the universe. What have you seen in the wide, wide world, and what have you been doing?
Speaking of space, I watched the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka.
Ah, yes, this has come out. I've been staying clear of it because I want to see it with my folks.
That's fair. That's very fair. Mixed bag for me, if I'm honest. I'm overall high on it. I can't wait for more.
Uh-huh.
But there were definitely points during the first 2 episodes where I'm like, this is a fucking slog.
It's a weird one where it feels that way sometimes with live-action Star Wars, and it seems to be the Jedi stuff more than the non-Jedi stuff that gets this.
Oh, God. Yeah, you're not wrong. I've forgotten the chap's name. He passed away, and we mentioned it when he passed away.
Yeah.
The actor for that big bad guy. I've never seen him in anything before, but he's fucking nailing it in this one. So I guess there's a silver lining of the last thing that potentially gets released with him in. He's fucking smashed it.
Yeah.
He portrays intimidating presence very well. Intimidating, but calm intimidating. You know, he's not angry, he's not lashing out, he's just there. And whenever he's on screen, you're like, what's he gonna do?
Yeah, when someone doesn't have to shout to be a threat.
Yeah, it really is quite the opposite. He's whispered more than he's shouted so far.
Yeah.
We've been introduced to pretty much the whole crew from Rebels at this point. What's his name? Is it Chop or Chomp? I forget. The astromech droid.
Chopper.
Chopper, that's the one. He is the most filled with character droid I have seen since ever. Since R2, really. Because he doesn't do random beeps and whistles. When he talks, he's talking, but he's talking in words. And you could vaguely understand what he's saying.
Yeah, because you get the syllables. You don't get the words, but you get the syllables. And you can tell by his tone and body language that he's telling you to fuck off half the time.
Oh, yeah. There's been one legitimately good lightsaber duel.
Sure.
The other one was...
In 2 episodes, you'd hope something happened, but yeah.
The problem with one... There's been multiple lightsaber stuff. We know there's going to be lightsaber stuff. It's focusing on 1, Ahsoka, and 2, we've got this bunch of new... They haven't said they're Sith, but they're kind of being really cute about it and not saying one way or the other.
Yeah. yeah.
I think the reason why the first quote-unquote duel was a bit was it looked like one of the people was just playing around, and I don't know if it was deliberate, so that's kind of soured me on the scene a little bit. The other one was great because it involved Ahsoka, and whenever Ahsoka has those 2 lightsabers out, it's usually a treat.
Yes.
I don't remember this being a thing in the animation, but they seem to have altered her lightsabers a little bit for the show, where they've made it a proper dual-wielding Japanese style, where one of the lightsabers is actually smaller than the other.
Yeah, so this is also a thing with the replicas, where if you buy the replicas, there's a longer one and a shorter one, even in the hilts on the curve. It's a weird one. You can't really have a curved lightsaber, but you can have a curved lightsaber hilt. So they make the hilt curved the way that a katana would be curved.
Yeah, the way she wields these lightsabers, it does look like she's just straight up wielding katanas.
Yeah.
There's some very cool badass moments that I won't spoil. And as I said, the Rebel crew the Rebels characters that are relevant, they all show up in episode 1.
Yeah.
I think the only non-returning character is the one we saw in a different series, because that series is meant to be happening at the same time as Ahsoka. So this is set during Mandalorian season 3.
Oh, okay, so no Zeb.
Yeah, so that's why we don't see him, is because he's on the other side of the galaxy just hanging out by the looks of things.
So it's interesting that you get Ezra then, because part of the whole idea was he went missing the same time that Thrawn did.
Oh, don't you worry, that gets addressed very quickly.
Okay, cool.
Alright, okay, you ready for some news?
Let's go.
Epic Game Store is doing something interesting and weird.
What are they doing?
They are offering 100% revenue to any game that publishes on their Epic Game Store platform in return for 6 months of exclusivity.
Okay.
I don't know how they're like, we don't care that we make no money. If we get enough games that are exclusive to Epic, surely people will migrate. I think that's the logic.
Yeah.
After the 6 months are up, the game is free to release on any other platform, specifically PC platform. If it's exclusive to Epic Game Store, it's just exclusive to Epic Game Store on PC. You can still release it on the PlayStation and Xbox, etc.
Yeah, so they can even do a double timed release on this. So like if a Sony game comes to PC, it can then come to Epic and then be exclusive to Epic for 6 months, and then like a year later finally come to Steam.
Yeah, people have even pointed out that the people who will benefit from this will be big companies already, because it will just be like, there is no downside.
Yeah, someone who knows they're going to sell 10 million copies.
Yeah. The thing I worry about is it does sound like quite an enticing offer to little indie companies. It's all well and good selling, being like, oh, I get all the profit, but if you only sell 100 copies...
Yeah.
It's an interesting strategy. A strategy that wouldn't work if they weren't rolling in the Fortnite money.
Yeah, I remember when Epic was a very small company.
I don't, but then again, they weren't on my radar because they were so small, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it was when Unreal Engines were not really available to the public.
Ah, yes, I forgot. They've got the Fortnite money and the Unreal Engine money.
Yes.
Rick, Cardi B is a fucking legend.
Okay.
There was a tweet this week by some random person who I've never fucking heard of. The tweet has since been deleted, where they were basically calling out certain celebrities for calling themselves bisexual despite never being with someone of the same sex, romantically. One of these celebrities they called out were Cardi B. Cardi B responded by, and I quote, "I ate bitches out before you were born. Shut the fuck up." It's one of those weird things where this is why LGBT is LGBT, because if these groups didn't band together, it's very easy to pick on one certain aspect.
Oh, they pick at each other as well, which is kind of the problem.
Well, yeah, some of them do, you're not wrong. The big problem is people who don't like the transes are really trying to isolate that section of the community specifically, and the annoying thing is there are some people who are lesbian, gay or bi who go, we don't really like trans people either, they're weird, and that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like these people who are part of the community and are attacking their own community don't seem to have ever heard the phrase of divide and conquer.
Yeah.
Rick, this is not a wrestling podcast.
Okay.
Terry Funk, the legendary wrestler, is now the late great legendary wrestler as he's passed away at the age of 79.
Okay.
There's not much to say. The man's career speaks for itself. He's been around since the territory days. He became a legend because of he's the king of the death match. That was his unofficial nickname. There was a brief period where he wrestled for WWE, at the time F. He was Chainsaw Charlie. So if you're familiar with Chainsaw Charlie, that was Terry Funk. He helped basically build two companies in the form of ECW and Ring of Honor by main eventing for them when they were little and starting. And
Fair enough.
he helped make Mick Foley's fucking career, and if you don't know who I think even non-wrestling fans have probably heard the name Mick Foley.
Yeah, I've heard the name, yeah.
I think he puts it best where if you've never seen a Terry Funk match or a Terry Funk promo, do yourself a favour, look up a Terry Funk promo or a Terry Funk match. He was Texan born and bred, he was raised in a wrestling family, the most stereotypical background for a wrestler back in the day. And I will just share one story from, because I remember hearing this ages ago, and it still to this day makes me laugh. He was booked to do something incredibly stupid on WWF by one Vince McMahon. He didn't like Vince McMahon very much, and he saw this idea and he went, I don't want to do that. So he phoned up on the day of the event and said, sorry Vince, I can't come in, my horse is sick, I think he's dying. And then he didn't turn up.
What an excuse.
Yeah, legend. Will be missed. I won't be surprised if there's a ton of remembrances from wrestling shows over the next couple of days.
Yep.
Rick, what are we doing today?
Today we're doing Atlantis, the Lost Empire. So if you'd like to join along with us at home, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Yeah, it's always fun when they do something a bit neat with the Disney logo. Nowadays they're boring with it and just use the stock one, but... No, nothing to say about that? Okay.
No, my thing paused. Can we just restart again? Sorry.
Fuck!
Yeah, we're 15... Well, mine's 15 seconds in, yours probably going to be longer.
Well, no, we'll reset to 0, it's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, hang on. Do the whole fucking intro again.
So today we're watching Atlantis, the Lost Empire. If you'd like to join along with us at home, it's 3, 2, 1, and go.
So yeah, it's always cute when they do something fun with the Disney logo. Nowadays they're a bit boring with it.
Yeah, I like that being like a flare over what looked like rusted cobalt.
That's very interesting because I thought it was like a mechanical, a blowtorch drill type thing.
Oh yeah, it could have been that. Yeah, could have been a blowtorch. Yeah.
Interesting to start with a Plato quote. This is not how I expected this to start.
No, me either.
So I'm guessing they're going with the fact that despite Atlantis was meant to be around during the ancient Greeks, they're actually so advanced they've got future alien tech.
Yeah, I think that's just an ongoing thing with with Atlantis a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Having super tech, like Wakanda tech, before, 3000 BC.
The Lost City of Atlanta. Is that one of the better Futurama jokes?
Yeah, the Lost City of Atlanta, Georgia, where everyone gets the mermaid powers from the
Coca-Cola plant.
From the Coca-Cola plant.
There she is, going off to space. Oh shit, she actually is.
Yeah, getting abducted.
Oh jeez, like, I understand having to put the shield up at some point, but isn't that just fucking awful?
Yeah, it's a bit after the horse has bolted, really.
Well, I just meant the, having people literally pounding on it, like, no, let me in, and it's like, oh, fuck, that's, oh, I don't know what's worse, being crushed by the weight of the sea or drowning. They both sound like awful ways to go.
Probably drowning, because getting crushed happens immediately.
Oh, look, Assassin's Creed totally stole that fucking A.
So here's our Michael J. Fox.
I don't think many people truly believe in Atlantis these days.
These days, not really.
Like, yes, there might have been a city that got completely fucked up by a tidal wave one day and ended up, quote-unquote, buried under the sea. But I think it was probably one, blown out of proportion, or two, completely bullshit made up. Either way, they sure as shit didn't have electricity.
No. Because if they had electricity, it would have been passed on to other cultures.
At least one.
Yeah.
Could really make a good joke of nothing's in Ireland.
They used to have the highest ratio of Nobel Prize winners to regular residents until Iceland won a Nobel Prize.
And funny enough, guess what this is going to get changed to? Yeah.
There we go. Are these shadowy gentlemen actually not people and just...
I suppose if he's a cartographer and a linguist, then that's the perfect combo of skills for trying to hunt down a lost ancient civilization.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. We've seen these guys from behind, and now, they're just masks and hats.
To be fair, if I was hunting for a lost city of the scale of Atlantis, I too probably wouldn't tell anyone.
Yep.
Well, that's a cute visual gag.
It is.
That kids will no longer understand because they don't use chalkboards.
I
was part of that regeneration, Rick, where we went from chalkboards to interactive whiteboards in the matter of like 6 months.
Yeah, so we went to whiteboards, but not interactive ones. So you had whiteboards, and instead of chalk, they just use whiteboard and markers.
Okay, I'm using the term blackboard, but blackboard and whiteboard are really interchangeable. They're the same thing.
Okay, yeah, they do the same thing, but specifically, if you had a blackboard, then you cleaned it with an eraser that made dust, rather than an eraser that just got sticky.
Yeah, okay. Well, if you want to be technical, we went from whiteboard to interactive whiteboard. We didn't have a blackboard. I'm not from the 70s, Rick.
Yeah, they didn't throw the blackboards away.
Well, they did in my place, because the blackboards got taken out to put in the interactive ones.
Sure.
I know that voice.
Yeah, I know that voice.
To be fair, if you're working in a prestigious university, you do sort of have to justify your existence.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So he's basically just a glorified repairman.
I don't think he's even a repairman. I think he just turns it on and off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, quit then. Quit being a pussy about it. It's not potential if you've got him doing boiler duty.
Mm.
A typical, like, I am rich and you're poor. Go away.
I'll pay you 5 cents to fuck off.
That's not ominous.
Yeah, there's
Valid
Wayne
first
Enterprises.
question. Whitmore!
Yeah, not Wayne Manor, apparently.
You knew it was going to be... You didn't genuinely think it was going to be Wayne Manor.
No, it's definitely not going to be Wayne Manor. It's owned by someone else. She sounds a bit like Jessica Rabbit, but...
Fun. Here's this strict...
way to make her sound like a vampire, yeah.
Here's this strict set of rules. But relax, though. He's actually pretty chill.
Yeah.
Oof.
So he's like a crazy old Merlin guy.
Ugh. Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
With a... Yeah. He's only just gotten dressed. He's already undressing. Oh, okay. He's dressing, not undressing.
It's easy to stake everything you own when you don't own much. Look at those Corellan calves.
Yeah, you see, yeah, coelacanths, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, something that I only learned about from Relicanth, the Pokemon.
Sure. I'm still going to call him what I want.
Like, props to him for following through.
Yeah, I hope this guy doesn't turn out to be a secret villain.
Yeah.
But he's eccentric and charming enough that I fear that might be the big twist of the film.
Looking at the shape of his hair, he could turn into a villain, like, rather easily.
I'm also looking at his number one assistant, who is definitely a villain.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so that second guy I've seen plenty of memes of, specifically just going boom, and that's about the only word he says, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, this rogues gallery, they all look pretty cool. All I'm hearing is saying, "Man, this is heavy."
Yeah. How? I'm looking at the background at the fish swimming, and I'm genuinely curious if it's meant to mean anything, or if it's just we just felt like animating some fish. Well, you know, with storytelling, everything's meant to mean something, but sometimes it's just we just felt like drawing fish.
Yeah, sometimes the curtain was fucking blue. Have you heard of this? It was someone did a full on scene analysis of a hospital scene in Evangelion, and after all of that, the creators just responded back saying, "Yeah, the curtain was fucking blue."
Yeah, but I'm also sure that was a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like cabbage, but okay.
Yeah.
I'm just at a loss for words, truth be told.
Yeah. Like, it's not going a mile a minute, but it is taking some keeping up with.
I meant the 4 basic food groups. I don't know how lard got in there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Beans, bacon, whiskey, and lard.
Dude, the diffuse is not lit. It's fine.
Well, except he's putting it next to his lit cig.
Yeah, but when the other guy was holding it, it was fine.
Yeah.
I was generally expecting Patrick Warburton.
Yeah, I can see it. Oh, Milo Thatch.
Seriously, they work for Abstergo.
I'm assuming that's the Assassin's Creed
yeah.
company. Yeah. Not having ever played one, I'm just going to have to trust people on that.
It looks like the Assassin's Creed A. I'm sure you've at least seen that in the world.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, I saw it this week. We didn't talk about it because nothing was actually revealed that was new. But one of the things they showed was an Assassin's Creed Echoes or something? Mirage.
Yeah, it's Assassin's Creed Baghdad. Trailer. It's meant to be following Basim, which is like, cool. I hate Basim. He's a dick. Which is a shame, because the setting looks pretty cool, but, like... Oh...
Yep.
Like, Basim was the twist villain of Valhalla.
Okay.
Or antagonist rather than villain, I suppose. So it's just like, cool. Great. And then it's like, the next game's going to follow Basim back when he first started. And it's like, I don't want to play as fucking Basim. He's a dick. Today's dinner is baked beans. Just beans. No toast, nothing. Is he meant to look like an anglerfish?
I think so, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, like both of these are reasonable things to be concerned with.
Yeah, never merge England and France.
Yep.
We just don't mix, and that's fine. Except for our one prince who literally created a tunnel so he could go to France easy. Or sorry, rather, he had a favourite prostitute in France, so he had a secret room installed in the brothel in France so he could visit her in private with people not knowing, despite the fact that, considering we know that, everybody must have fucking knew.
Yep.
I'm digging this guy.
Yeah. If this were made today, that'd be The Rock.
Oh, fuck off. Yeah, you're right, but I'm not happy about it. I wasn't expecting him to be the Doctor.
No, me either. I think it's part of the gag. You get the biggest, muscliest guy to be the smart Doctor.
I don't think there's any fluid you could make easy enough to fill those.
No, like, even piss. Like, the average piss is what, like a pint and a half?
Maybe yours. Maybe you should go to the bathroom more often.
Sorry, not a pint and a half a pint. Man.
Yeah, I would not be able to live on a submarine. Even one as big and sophisticated as this.
Yeah, this is, like, far and away more open than your normal submarine. Like, a normal submarine, if you are more than 5 foot nothing, you're going to have a bad time.
That's not true. I went on the submarine at the Portsmouth Museum. It was a decommissioned British one, and I'm 6 foot and I could stand up quite easily. If I was going through into a different room, I had to squat, but when you're in a room, you're fine.
Sure.
The Leviathan is just a big lobster.
At least his Leviathan has.
Yeah. Okay. That could technically, theoretically be correct.
Yeah, but what I would worry about is how rock got on top of it.
Rick, bear in mind, when it got submerged, they had some weird fucking high-skilled force field, and it just got completely crushed by tidal waves. It's not impossible that the tidal waves pushed it into the sediment of the mud.
Brought sand in with it, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and then eventually the barrier will have failed at some point, but by that point, the sand will have become sandstone.
Boy, I hope people watching this don't have thalassophobia. Fear of the deep ocean / unknown.
Mm-hmm.
I've already forgotten what year this is meant to be. It's like 1913 or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's early 1900s at the latest.
It's either pre-World War One or post-World War One. I can't remember.
Hmm. It might even be just like 1890s or something.
I don't think it's that far back because they were using cars regularly without horse carriages anywhere.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a sucker for a spunky mechanic.
Yeah.
I blame fucking Dual State in Firefly.
Well, it turns out he might have been actually reasonably accurate with his sketch, with it being a big old thing with lobster claws.
Oh yeah, they weren't going to draw that and then have the creature look different. Did you hear that revelation while I was fucking shouting? It's a machine.
Hmm.
You gotta have some fucking bollocks to go in those little machines to fight this thing.
Yeah.
They had the demolition expert and the miner doing it, for fuck's sake. And obviously that one will be safe because they're main characters and have got special designs.
Yep. And not just random grunts.
See, we're going to suspend our sense of disbelief at this point, but I can't imagine that this is a salvageable situation if it happened in reality.
Yeah, typically not. Like, I think the best bet at this point is if they find their air pocket, then they can do the repairs.
Okay, listen, I don't need to... Again, suspending disbelief for the sake of the film. The pressure is not favourable down there.
No.
Well, it's one of my favourite jokes in Futurama of, well, it's a spaceship, so between 0 and 1.
Yeah, how many atmospheres can the ship withstand?
Okay, yeah, the ship's fucked, definitely. Alright, yeah, okay. Abandoned ship seems like the only realistic expectation.
Yeah, now that it's gone.
So now they have no choice but to find Atlantis.
The only way out is through.
Did you hear that fucking TIE fighter noise the Leviathan made?
Yeah.
It's okay, no one important was on that one.
Noises.
How is the Leviathan still... I'm sorry, I'm so tired. Still shooting relatively accurately. So it looked like Leviathan was too big to actually get in.
Yeah, and also around corners.
Well, they found an air pocket, but given the nature of the film, and the fact it is a film, it has to be the one, right?
Yeah, it's gotta be.
That's weird, seeing their very colourful appearance next to the darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're going to have to establish some kind of base camp, aren't you?
Oh, and Jew the Dead.
And you got about 20 left.
This particular creek. Yeah.
Yeah, no pressure. You're allowed to think that, but you shouldn't say it. So Milo is actually kind of lucked out in the sense that he needs to put all of his energy in translating the book, so he can't do any of the physical manual labour.
Yeah.
What benefit is there to lying? Isn't it?
He's going to go back. He's going to reverse into the sea, isn't he? He's driven a bumper car. Okay.
Okay, I'm not an expert, but bumper cars just go for one, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Let's get it towed.
I don't know why, even if he was confident enough to drive, they would put him at the front of the fucking convoy. Do you know what I mean?
Me either. Yeah, and like you say, there's no benefit to lying about that.
Not really. It's just like, I am a man, and my pride dictates that I can't admit when I can't do a thing. And it's like, well, you're in a life and death situation. Maybe take the L on the chin for this one. Not even really an L. In the grand scheme of things, you telling the truth is saving a lot more time and effort. Oh, you're fucking crap.
Yeah. Just going my bad when people nearly die to a freaking giant locust.
I think he's fucking with him. Yeah, okay. If you just drank nitroglycerin, you're not gonna just walk that off. Also, you're gonna know.
Yep. Unfortunately, my audio is desynced from my video, so when I got the boom, it was nowhere near as funny as it should have been.
Fair.
Because the guy had already snuck up behind him and done the
motion.
Yeah, done the motion. So yeah, I'm getting all video before I'm getting all sound.
Yeah, that is a shame, but we're half an hour in, so we can't really stop and restart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you were Milo, you would feel like that was tragic.
Yeah, I've seen that meme.
So we're meant to think that those are like beasts and something to be worried about, but it's quite obviously going to be the Atlantis people just dressed
it's
up.
Quite obviously people like we saw like arms.
Yeah.
And a stick.
Ah, right, okay, so that's why he looks like a mole.
Yep.
If that's a machine made specifically for digging, it should not have fucked up that quick.
Yeah, I think it's implying that the stuff they're digging through is more than just rock.
Dude, let the people who know what they're doing fucking do it. Fucking... Alright. Oh, okay, yeah, he knows boilers.
Mm-hmm.
Considering everyone's been taking a piss out of him because they think he's inept up until this point, I can't blame him for being a bit cocky.
Yep. And she's the first person to show him some respect since he got recruited. even though it was, kind of pugnacious and grudging.
Yeah. Look, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't cross that bridge.
I'd do it on foot. I wouldn't want to do it with a car.
I love how he's giving all these fancy names to all of the food and it's just the same slop.
Yeah.
So they've been purposefully excluding him from the entire group food times.
Yeah, so it would seem.
I get being a bit resentful because he is technically the reason why they're down here.
Mm-hmm. And that half of them are dead. Like
Actually,
9/10 of them are dead, even.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked a bit more than half. Well, Milo's actually not here for the money, is the funny part.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone else has got a paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the doctor being here for the money is oh, those visceral cracks.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Okay, being half black and being half Native American sounds like one of the most difficult upbringings you possibly could have had in America in the early 1900s.
Yeah. And it's just so improbable that he's educated.
I mean, like, Native American tribes had education. And if he had...
they had education, but they didn't really have qualifications.
And if his dad was an army medic... You see where I'm going? Like, there's a logical line there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this isn't exactly an official organisation that he's working for.
Yeah, totally.
I find his pyjamas very cute. Yeah, saw that coming.
Yeah.
Dick.
Yeah.
He likes to dig.
Kind of cute. Yeah.
It's like the pyro from Team Fortress.
Yeah. He's always been nuts. Then again, if you go by the Pyro's trailer, he thinks he's some kind of bringer of joy.
Yeah, insane.
Hmm.
Like, the scariest part of any character is if they do deranged, fucked up shit, but they think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh, he needs to have a shit.
Yeah, because you can't because you can't have a good faith argument with a crazy person.
Nope. I'm just thinking of Brian Blessed's shitting story.
I must have a shit.
I wouldn't be able to shit if there was fireflies fucking swarming over me. How? Oh no, they're going to set the tents on fire. Ah!
Oh yeah, the fireflies actually do set things on fire. Okay. Literal fireflies.
Like, why would he... Like, I know he's been inept up until this point, but why would he be shouting at night, fire, fire, if there wasn't something wrong? Like, fire is something that people are taught to scream in any emergency situation because it tends to get people to leap into action.
Yeah. Oh, there goes some more of their nameless people.
Yeah. It's a good thing they didn't fucking hit the fucking TNT caravan.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Oh, here goes the digger.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thankfully there was some solid ground below there. Or solid-ish.
Now here's the thing, is Milo going to get blamed for this?
I fucking hope not. I'd be really annoyed if I was watching this as a kid and he got blamed for it. Hands up if you're not dead. Good old Cookie.
Look, all the main characters are alive. Can't help but point out that she was rubbing her bum when she was saying that, and she has got quite the round derriere.
She does. Yeah, she landed in something soft.
And it makes me feel bad saying that, because we know she's a teenager, so we're not sure how legal she is.
Yeah. It's good that they're actually asking him, though.
Yeah, the main character's not going to be fucking dead, is he?
No. Especially seeing as he's the star of the sequel movie.
Oh. Yeah, good point. It's unusual to see blood in the Disney movie.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, is I know that this female character, I don't know her name, is, like, quite important. And you could probably tell she's important too, because she's quite clearly a child from the beginning of the film.
Yes. So she's thousands of years old.
Yeah. Look at that smug face. Here's the thing.
Yeah, 1,000-year-old e-girl.
Is anyone going to believe him when he says what he saw?
Probably not. Oh, look at them jumping like frogs.
How the fuck was he so athletic for like 2 seconds there? Here's the thing, you've immediately got salvation once you're here, because that appears to be fresh water.
Yeah.
The lost city of Atlanta.
Don't know where it's coming from, but yeah, fresh water.
Eh? What? How do you think this is impossible when you can see a floating town slash city literally miles from you?
Yeah. Yeah, you can see it all. It's right there.
She's going to laugh and go, wow, your Atlantean sucks.
Mm. I like the dragon one of, you talk like a kobold.
Yeah, okay.
Getting his ass beat.
So they speak loads of languages, which is interesting. How did that happen?
I think they've got like Babel fishes.
So Milo's theory is that they share a root language with every other language, which is not possible,
Latin.
but okay.
Like the actual root language on Earth is Latin.
Yeah, but that's not true, though, is it?
Language for everything.
Yeah, I was going to say that applies to a lot of European languages, but it doesn't apply to pretty much anything east of Poland.
Yeah, so it only applies to Western European languages, pretty much.
I would not drive trucks on that bridge.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no. Now it's going to be the plot of Pocahontas again, or Avatar, or any of these.
Yeah. If a white man turns up in your country and you're not white people, I got some bad news for you.
Yep.
And even if you are white, there's still no guarantees it doesn't end in tears.
Yeah. White people have got a fantastic ability to recategorize other white people as something else. I've seen a picture of this guy without his beard. He looks nowhere near as wise.
Okay.
It's a bit like beardless Zeus. He looks like a thumb.
Okay, so there's probably something else that's meant to be in Atlantis. I keep wanting to say fucking Atlanta. But yeah, there's probably some sort of legendary artifact or something in Atlantis, which is the actual reason these folk are here. At least him and the girl, the blonde bird, seem to know what the master plan is. Everyone else seems relatively innocent, but who knows? We know Milo's innocent.
The commander and the blonde. Yeah, the commander and the blonde seem to be under orders to retrieve something.
Perhaps even take over the
Potentially
place, because the blonde lady was like, this changes everything. So much so I'm holding out hope that maybe she has a face turn.
Yeah.
Okay, I think there's a bit of tech that's meant to be able to take Atlantis back up to the surface, and that they've forgotten how to use it.
Yeah. It's weird that they've forgotten how to use it, despite the fact that they are the same people.
Hmm.
Although I'm guessing, like, the people that did manage to make it inside the dome, the ones that have survived this long tend not to have been the techie ones, maybe.
Yeah. Well, it's like the fucking Mass Effect story with Javik, isn't it? Like, Javik's a warrior, and he doesn't know how any of the technology works.
Yeah. Just the same, I vaguely know how a car goes. I could not make one from scratch.
Oh, God, no. He's going to turn around and she's going to be right there.
Mm-hmm.
Or she's going to have done a reverse Uno.
Yes. There we go.
Is it weird I'm a little bit turned on?
No. You're meant to be.
She's 2,000 years old, so it's fine. At least according to you.
Yeah. Yeah, she's legal. Yeah, she's legal.
Well, that's adorable.
It is. She's even got them all upside down, which is even cuter.
You say the gods, it was most... the story is technically correct, then it would specifically be Poseidon.
Yeah. Or in Disney, Triton.
Well... Poseidon does exist in a Disney movie, I'm just saying.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah, Hercules, bro!
Like, I ain't seen it, so...
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. We should have done Hercules!
I've seen Zeus, I've seen Hades.
He's a
Yeah,
fish
I've seen
man.
Zeus and I've seen Hades. Oh, fair enough. Speaking of fish people, I was kind of looking forward to Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken, and then it kind of came and went with a whimper.
It went up against Little Mermaid, so it didn't have much of a chance.
Yeah, people didn't want to go see that either.
Yes and no. It was popular amongst the demographic it was aimed at, which is children.
Sure.
Oh, they don't know how to read Atlantean.
That's why they can't. That's why they can't do it.
Oh, that's actually quite interesting, isn't it? Because Milo's not perfect at translating, but he can read the words, so she knows the words anyway.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
Have you seen something called Star Wars?
Hey, you heard of this really old movie called Empire Strikes Back?
Oh, don't. Well, that was old when I was a child, so I suppose I shouldn't be that bothered.
Oh, yeah, like the original trilogy were all being done and gone before I was born, so...
Don't be a condescending prick, Milo.
So the pendant is basically a key to all of the technology, which we've kind of seen it already, because she turned a lamp on just by touching it nearby.
Yeah, but seeing as they say they're running out of things, I assume that means it's got like a limited amount of juice. Well done, Milo, you fucking dickhead.
The fact that that can go and they've got more of them means it's probably going to be easy to find and get others working.
keeps taking the piss out of Milo for being small and scrawny, but he's climbing these fucking things like they're nothing.
Yeah.
I could, granted, I'm not even remotely fit, but I wouldn't be able to do that shit.
Oh, no. I've never been able to climb anything. I can climb stairs, and that's about it.
That's not climbing.
Sometimes a ladder. Yeah. It's just ascending. I can do stairs. I can pretty much do a ladder.
Well, this is a realisation of a lifelong obsession for him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's affirmation that his entire life's passion has not been for naught. It's fantastic for him.
Well, those look fucking gross.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, who is the president of China?
Yes.
Okay. How does he think there's only 38 states? That brings up some questions.
It does, yeah.
Okay. I respect the doc for just going all in on it. Oh, cool! They brought real guns.
Ah, yes, they had their stormtroopers. Apparently, there was a proposal to redraw the US into 38 states, but that was like in 1978.
Weird.
That's
They didn't want to take stars off the map, off the flag.
Yeah, 1973. Sorry, but yeah, it was defeated, obviously. I swim, pretty girl.
Look, I don't understand why he's so distracted, because he's been hanging out with her all day, and she hasn't lost that much clothing.
No.
I think we've all had that happen to us once, right?
Yeah, that's happened to all of us. Yeah, the inflatable undies.
Oh, it's so funny. Like when you're a kid, it's hilarious. When you're at a pool and there's like adult women and you're an adult, you're like, oh no, no one's fucking looking at you. No one gives a shit.
Nope.
Did they just explain why Milo can fucking hold his breath for so long, or?
No, I think he just has held his breath. Pushing his ass down because he floats.
Yeah, this is going to be a fucking bastard to find. On the bright side, we're watching a movie, so hopefully it'll be streamlined.
Yeah. And it's not like he can just snap a photo of all these runes with his camera phone and piece it together in safety.
Don't.
He's got to do it under duress, under the water.
Ah, that's probably what the fucking goons are after.
Yeah.
Right, they alluded to that way earlier, didn't they?
Yeah, but something was missing. Oh, there we are.
Oh, okay, I guess the crew are also in on it. Ah.
Yep.
All making sense now. This is not something you should have said to them.
Yeah. I like adventure capitalist.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure I've seen screenshots of at least the explosive guy being a good guy, so I imagine there's going to be a few face turns. I just don't know how many or who. Clearly not this guy.
Yeah, I think the people that were around the camp telling stories might have face turns.
I don't think Mole can possibly have a face turn, but he also seems to be the most enigmatic of the people.
Yeah, I think his alignment is chaotic dig.
Right, so it's almost been implied that they let the other guy die, Milo's grandfather.
Hmm. Yeah, the Mole makes a really good-looking villain, because he's basically just steampunk Dr. Robotnik, really, ain't he?
I can kind of see it. Why'd they cut away for that? I get it, you don't want to show violence.
Hmm.
Okay, so he's going to get a face turn, is the old Dr. Sweet.
Yeah, he might be the first.
Diplomacy was never an option. So you notice that at least 3 people looked horrified during that shot, so it looks like we've got Boom Man, Mechanic, and Sweet. Probably going to face turn at some point.
Yeah. But not Helga.
No, she's hot, don't get me wrong, but I think she's definitely a villain.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're very firmly in the final act of the film.
Yeah, there's 30 minutes to go, including credits.
They seem to have activated that just by standing in the right spot of the throne room, which begs the question,
Yeah.
how the fuck haven't they even stumbled upon this before?
Because technically it was, like, in the middle of, like, the water. But that doesn't stop them from going in the water normally.
Maybe Blonde Girl will have a face turn. She looked a bit uneasy for a second there. I don't know. This got me on my edge of my seat. I don't know who's going to be a good guy and who's going to be a dick. Apart from this guy, who is obviously a dick.
Hmm.
So Milo seems to be playing the distraction con game.
Yeah. She's going to get abducted by her own alien.
Oh yeah, because her mother did, didn't she?
Yeah.
That was English, you dickhead. I fucking hate that in films. Speak English,
Yeah.
Tone it down, dumb it down, and it's like, it's very simple. Yes, there is some language you might not be familiar with, but...
Yeah, it just points out that one character's more educated than another.
I don't think Dickhead McGee is fully buying Milo's ignorance at this point.
No, especially now that she's doing a Jesus impression.
The music sure is swelling.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think the character who I said looks like he should be voiced by Patrick Warburton, I think he's too evil to be voiced by Patrick Warburton.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why he isn't.
Yeah, I haven't got a clue what the fuck's going on right now.
Yeah, me either. Combining with the core, don't know.
Yeah, it's probably safe to assume that this is a good thing, but we actually don't know.
Man, look at this. Well, okay, it was naughty CGI for a little while there.
I'm at least a bit confused.
I think you're meant to be.
Again, we're assuming this is a good thing.
So she's taken all the power of the Heartstone.
Yeah.
So that it basically can't be stolen now.
We don't know that. I'll give credit where credit's due. The effect that they've used on her is very eerie.
Yeah.
See, they can steal it. They just got to steal her instead of the core
Okay.
now.
Yeah, so she's like a super water elemental now.
Looks more like ice, truth be told.
Yeah, water, ice, energy.
Shut the fuck up.
Hmm.
Like, so unnecessary.
Yeah. Well, the chief did say that outsiders have to die. So.
I don't understand what you're on about.
It's possible that they've got some like defense mechanism that hasn't yet been defeated.
No, I thought the implication...
similar to the crab.
I could have sworn the implication was that, no, the warriors were meant to deal with it.
Typically, yeah.
But yeah, you said that after I said that's so unnecessary, so I thought it was related. Like, if enough of you fucking switch sides, like, you've got a 50-50 chance of just straight up winning. Oh, Mole did change sides. I'll just... Well, for those of you listening, Rick is currently occupied, so you got me doing solo commentary. So that's fun. Right. So yeah, it's always funny where it's like, yeah, we don't mind hurting and harming people as long as we don't know them. Oh, they still took both trucks for some reason. Okay. And now the core's been taken away, the island, and all the energy is just like fucking off at the same time.
Okay, so I missed all that.
Okay, so the bomb guy has already pre-rigged... Oh, no, it wasn't the bomb guy, it was the main villain rigged the bridge with explosives. So what happened was we had the face turn, Rick. Please timestamp that, by the way, so I can fix it in post.
Sure.
They took the core away after the face turn. They're like, yeah, more for me then. He fucked off. As soon as she got a certain distance away, that being the core formed with the girl character, all the energy fucked off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, apparently his crystal didn't fucking lose its energy, though.
Hmm.
Ah. Okay. So that's why she got abducted into space the first time. It wasn't space, it was into the crystal, so the crystal could activate.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh, right, so he's the fucking reason this whole bollock's happening in the first place.
Yeah. Yep.
Something nuclear weapons.
So he's the reason that they intentionally forgot everything, basically.
Eh.
I think I know that voice as well.
Possibly. There's a joke here about, please save a strong white man. That's a cynical take on this scene, but come on.
It is to a degree, but also, like, Yeah, we've got two camps of Mighty Whitey here. We've got the actual conquerors, and we've got Milo.
They're not
as the
they're not conquerors. They're just thieves.
That's...
It's fine.
Okay, that's just what conquering is, but for land.
No, it's not. Shut up.
Ah, yes, we do know that voice. It's Leonard Nimoy.
Oh. Do you ever find it weird when really famous white people voice black people for some reason?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. Atlantis is dying, and you're stuck on there. So, what other option is there, really?
Yeah, you've got a choice of you follow him or you sink.
Oh, right, yeah, because no one knows how the fucking things work. But now they do, and now it's like, yeah, charge! Bring jerky and ammo. Cool. Look at this Warhammer fucking fantasy faction.
Yeah. It looks like they look a bit like the Terrorfish from Stingray.
I'm not familiar, so
in that they're just like mechanical fish with giant fucking eyes.
Fair enough.
Except in Stingray, they would be inside the fish, and the eyes were like the domes to the outside, rather than just showing off the power cores.
Oh, that's how they were planning on getting out. Don't know how good that plan is, because that relies having a tunnel straight up to dry land, but okay.
Yeah. Through water.
Thank you. I like bow and arrows as much as the next man, but they really aren't as effective as guns.
No.
I mean, that's still guns. They're just really fast guns.
Yeah.
Oh, he's probably referencing specifically the fact they had planes. But still, they're shit planes.
Yeah.
You notice how the old lady is taking pictures of everything?
No. Not seen that.
She's riding with Cookie, and she's got a camera in her hand, and she keeps pointing it and things. So I don't know if that's going to be a plot point
Cool.
that comes up near the end, or if it's just a visual gag. Who knows?
Yeah, it could be cool that she's the one that documents everything, technically.
I'm sorry, it is a bit easier to gut through bone than it is metal.
Yeah, because, bone is, not all metal. Yeah, there's a lot of calcium, but it's not only calcium.
They drew him very weirdly in those 2 panels.
Yeah.
I was going to say, wouldn't it be more effective to pop the balloons than cut the chain?
Yeah, I'd have thought so as well.
Yeah, okay, so she doesn't do a face turn, she just gets fucking betrayed.
Yeah. Technically, 0 is a percentage.
It's not, but okay. The spirit of the thing, it's not.
Oh, yeah.
That was an adorable attempt.
Yep.
Hey, it looks like the villain from fucking Adventurers Down Under.
Yeah. Man, it's been a while since I saw that film.
Yeah. Hey, she's alive and she's now motivated by spite.
Yep.
Bullshit, was it not personal? That was entirely personal.
It was only personal. It was demonstrably and justifiably personal.
Like, this is just demonstrably him being evil for the sake of evil, because he's failed at this point, and he's just like, well, fuck it, I can still kill Milo because I'm annoyed.
Shit, I wasn't expecting that.
That looks like a very not fun way to die. And somehow it got worse.
Yeah. Yeah, so he just like walked into a propeller blade.
Well, but feeling both the excruciating pain of freezing and burning.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because if you get cold enough, you feel like you're burning anyway, so I don't know if that actually amplifies it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Next time you see the old lady in the background, check out, see if she's actually got a camera or if I'm making shit up, because... Oh, and it's all game over from here.
Man, when do you ever see a weak point like that actually becoming a plot point?
It's meant to be the strongest point, truth be told.
Yeah.
At this point, we've got 15 minutes left of the film. I gotta be honest with you, any sense of danger is completely past.
Yeah. The villain's gone. Getting Kida back to the center is kind of like
A given at this point.
It's perfunctory at this point, yeah. He's very excited about that.
Man, it's been forever since I've heard the term pyroclastic as well.
Hmm.
For those of you who don't know, it literally just means fucking lava.
Yeah.
It's such an unnecessary word. Or rather, unnecessarily long word for something that's so simple.
Yeah, it was kind of cool how when she burst the sides of the cage off her, it reminded me a lot of when those were floating around the crystal.
Yeah, sure, fair enough.
Megazord sequence has been initiated.
Oh, you're saying that, and still all I can think of is the lost city of Atlanta. Now, Futurama's ruined
Megazord
Atlantis
activated.
for me. Well, we saw this in the mural. There's meant to be 2 of them, isn't there? There you go. And it looks like there's more than 2.
Yeah, it looks like there's more than 2. Oh, yeah, there's a camera.
Yeah. And they actually look like Iron Giants from Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Or from The Iron Giant.
True. I never watched that movie, but
which
yeah.
I've never watched the movie, but I read the book.
Weird. Weird, because I didn't even know that had a fucking book.
Yeah, it had a book. It had a sequel, The Iron Woman. Which has nothing to do with Margaret Thatcher.
I mean, she was the Iron Maiden, but...
No, it's just called The Iron Woman. It's
no,
I think she came from space.
I meant Margaret Thatcher was called the Iron Maiden, not the Iron Woman.
I thought she was the Iron Lady.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. I'm thinking of... I swear she was called Iron Maiden sometimes.
Okay. There's Iron Woman, and the Iron Lady, I believe, is the Eiffel Tower.
Sure. But yeah, the Iron Lady sounds like some kind of porno. She's got a vagina of iron and she's taking 10 men at once. Hey, how come these guys aren't taking the film seriously anymore? Are you watching it? It's done.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of mechs T-posing to make a barrier.
And somehow, despite telling us that she'd be completely gone afterwards, she is going to come back. Because the power of love or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Which begs the question as to why the fuck the other woman didn't come back, but whatever. Guess people didn't love her enough.
It does, yeah.
Despite the fact the old man quite clearly was lamenting her death for thousands of years. I think white hair and tan skin does something to me, dude.
It's such a good look.
Case in point, Sapphire, Fire Emblem, Engage.
Drow.
A Drow is a bit less tan and more straight up just black.
Yeah, or purple, but yeah.
As in the colour black, not as in, black people. Look up a Dark Elf. They're grey or black at best.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the idea of they wanted to be dark skinned without just having a black person and having everything be associated with black people IRL.
Yeah, probably it wouldn't have been
possibly just as problematic.
It would have been problematic because when Drow first came into existence, they were literally exclusively meant to be evil alignment. Which, guess what message that sends if they're just black people?
Yeah, they're mono evil and they're explicitly slavers.
They also like watermelons and fried chicken.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm just saying, it's that level of fucking bollocks.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's my favourite lard.
It's a bacon grease, yeah.
It means a lot coming from him because it means a lot to him, but gross.
Yep.
I'll give him a hug, he's being friendly.
So yeah, Cookie was voiced by the guy who was Slinky, who he passed away in 2000.
Yeah, he passed away before 3 because they got someone else to voice him in Toy Story 3.
Yep.
Oof. Don't ever, ever, ever do that to someone.
Even if you're a chiropractor.
Chiropractors fuck me off because they're not medically trained personnel.
No.
If you're getting massages and stuff from them, fine, fuck it. But look at them all being rich bricks.
Yeah.
Oh! So he's not He's not a secret villain, the old guy, because he seems to be coaching them on what to say to the press.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's disturbing. Yeah, because he knows the truth because he's looking at the pictures. So yeah, he does seem to be a decent fellow. Oh, there you go. And he got a piece of Atlantis.
Yeah, that's cute. That's cute. It's nice. It's nice that Mr. Whitmore remained a good guy throughout.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's got a tattoo now as well. And Kida's got a second set of e-girl tattoos on the other side of her face.
Yeah. That's not weird. I get it, they're trying to do like a spiritual funeral type thing in a family-friendly way, but it just looks... It doesn't look good.
No. It looks a bit too much like a baboon.
Not even that, it's just... Oh, I don't even know what it was. It just looked off. It didn't look like the guy. Because that was meant to represent her dad, right? Or granddad.
Yeah,
it's still unclear.
Yeah.
Yeah, if people knew this place existed, it would get completely fucked.
Hmm.
Oh, and you got the toupees and Guardians.
Yeah, they're still T-posing.
As we all know,
I did appreciate that there was a flying manta ray, which I think is one of the coolest sea creatures to turn into a flying ship.
Yeah, it's a shame manta rays took a bit of a PR hit with Steve-O, but oh well.
Steve Irwin.
Yeah, Steve-O.
Steve-O is a different person.
Dude, he used to call himself Steve-O in the show. I'm going to keep calling him Steve-O. Good old Uncle Steve-O.
Sure.
I watched Crocodile Hunter. It was one of my favourite shows. Fuck off.
Yep, fair enough. Whenever someone says Steve-O, all I can think of is Steve-O.
Yeah, but you could tell from context clues that I meant Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Where the dream takes you, but okay. I'm waiting for the fucking voices, truth be told.
Yeah, I always found it a little bit weird when you got a movie like this that had no vocals throughout the entire thing, and then the credits are just somehow suddenly a song.
Yeah. By an actual artist, too. Like, I'm not familiar with their work, but I assume they've done other things.
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox for
so
Milo.
Michael J. Fox.
James Garner, don't know who the fuck that is. Cree Summer.
Hey, Cree Summer. Yeah, she was number 5.
Don Novello, Phil Morris, Claudia Christian, Jacqueline Obrada. Jim Varney, yeah, you said that
Leonard
one.
Nimoy. Yeah, Leonard Nimoy.
He didn't even get a name, he was just called Atlantean King.
Yeah.
What an important character this is. Let's not give him a name. Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
It's okay in your media, like whether it be writing a book or writing a play, to have characters that are just, I don't know, cook, waiter, etc. But if they're a main person in the plot and a key part of the plot, they should probably have a fucking name. Or am I being a dick?
Yeah, apparently his name is Kashikim Nedka.
Where did you get that from?
TV tropes.
The fact that it's not written in the credits makes me feel like someone either made that up, or he's a part of the second movie and they decide to name him in that.
Yeah. There is a novelization.
Oh, right, okay, cool. So not canon.
Yeah, so it could have been from that. But yeah, according to the novelization, that also explicitly says that when Rourke turned into his feral form, that he had no higher brain functions at that point.
Yeah, well, to be fair, you can see that from the film, I'd say.
Yeah, he was basically lashing out just on instinct.
Jim Cummings has just got a job for life with Disney, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Which, fair fucks to him.
Yeah,
he's been with
in
them
general.
since, like, the 80s or the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, he was marked as additional voices. That's why I brought him up. For those of you not watching along with us.
Yeah, he's become one of these ancillary voice actors that's just in everything.
Yeah.
Or at least it feels like it.
Yeah, at least Disney. Like, Disney, they just go, Jim, can you voice something for us? He's like, yeah, what do you want? Rick, has there ever been a novelization of either a video game or a movie that's ever been good?
I don't know. Probably not. I've read the novels of the Star Wars trilogy, and they went based on the original script before things were changed. So Yoda, for instance, is blue.
He also would have been like an 8-foot-tall giant.
Yeah. And like I think it includes the scene at Anchorhead with Biggs. But yeah, it's interesting for getting bits of information that you otherwise wouldn't have had. But yeah, like I learnt enough from reading those. I didn't bother reading the prequels trilogy novelizations. There were better Star Wars books.
What you learned was don't read novelizations of things that have already had films.
Yeah, like it's okay to do it the other way around, but just like don't do something if it's done backwards.
Usually it's best to experience a form of media in its original form. There are exceptions to the rules, like apparently The Shining, as in the film The Shining, is about 10 times better than the book.
Yes. Like a lot of it, it's okay to go back from something that you've seen. So, like, if you've seen something and you go back to the original, for instance, then that's generally okay to do because you get a fresh experience of the original.
Just very quickly, Skywalker Sounds did work on this film, which is very interesting because this was ages before they got bought by Disney. So,
oh yeah, it was ages before that, but like Lucasfilm and in particular Skywalker Sound, like they're a business unto themselves.
Jim Varney must have passed away because it just said in memory of our friend Jim Varney. So he must have passed away before this film came out.
Yeah, so it would seem.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you. It's just it was going to go away from my mind.
Yeah, totally. The multiplayer CD-ROM game is available now.
Jeez! Oh, yeah. I missed that shit, though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It used to be you'd watch
totally.
a Disney movie and be able to pick up like a 20p CD-ROM or something.
Oh, they weren't 20p. They were made by Disney. They were full price and more. But yeah, they tried to charge like full game price for these things, and you could play through a retelling of the movie as a point-and-click adventure game.
Yeah, I was talking about the promotional CD-ROMs, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, the shit they put in cereal packets. Guys, you used to be able to get CD PC games in cereal.
Yeah, back before they said, okay, you can't have anything in the cereal packets anymore. Best you can do is send off for something.
Which, if you were poor like me, you would still do.
Oh, yeah, I remember that was the way that I got most of my Thunderbirds. Was you got a fuck ton of Frosties and sent off the tabs.
The diabetes is worth it. I got fucking Thunderbird 1, mate.
Yep.
But Rick, that's the end of the film. What did you think?
I thought it was a good movie. I can understand why it didn't get as good reviews or as well liked when it was new, because it was that little bit more different. People weren't accustomed to Disney having adventures. They were probably expecting some kind of insipid tale rather than an action adventure. But yeah, how about you? What do you reckon?
I didn't really care for it, if I'm being brutally honest.
Did you not? Okay, fair enough.
I don't regret watching it or anything. It's just I don't regret having waited so long. Like it was a fine film, but I remember Treasure Planet coming out at a similar time frame, and that felt like a much more fun adventure than this.
Sure, and I can imagine them like feeling very similar in terms of you've got a crew, you've got a nautical theme, even though Treasure Planet is more space than like under the sea.
It's weird because I wouldn't even draw parallels like that. It's just the animation looked better despite being this weird hybrid style. Jim Hawkins was a more interesting protagonist than Milo is. It had Captain Amelia in it, and she's fucking hot. I don't know what to tell you.
Yep.
And again, one of the problems here is Atlantis, the film, is more or less an original plot, whereas Treasure Planet was just Treasure Island in space, and Treasure Island is a damn good story.
Yes.
But you know, I didn't hate this film. I didn't really care. A lot of people say this is a hidden gem of the early 2000s. Is what I'll say. I'll grant you, The Princess and the Frog came out in 2009, which is significantly later. I had a lot more fun watching that than I did this. And what was the other film we did? What did we do at the beginning of the month?
We did The Black Cauldron was the first one.
It was better than that. It was better than The Black Cauldron. Black Cauldron was shit. So
yeah, fair enough.
Rick, we've got to do our wind down. Favourite moment?
I think it was when Vinny there was an explosion and it just panned to Vinny and it went, that wasn't me.
Yeah, that was pretty early on too.
Yeah, so it's I think Vinny is possibly my favourite character from this.
I think Vinny is a lot of people's favourite character from this.
Yeah. I was expecting it to be either like Milo or Princess Kida or even the mole, because I enjoyed his antics, but like Vinny like immediately grew on me. So yeah. How about you? What was your favourite moment?
My favourite moment, despite being telegraphed from a mile away, was the mass face turn from the gang that we've grown to love.
Yeah. Anyone with a name, if you're not the main villain and his lieutenant, and even she had a nominal face turn in which she wanted her revenge.
Can't call that a face turn by any margin, but yeah, it was definitely well, fuck you, no, you're not winning.
Yeah, it's villainous revenge, yeah.
But yes, we can't only talk about the good, we also have to dwell a bit on the bad, so with that in mind, Rick, do you have a weakest link for me?
The fact that we didn't get a name for the king without,
Googling?
Looking on TV Trope, yeah, I had to look up to find the name for Leonard Nimoy's king, that in particular, and being the only other Atlantean other than Kida, you'd think they'd put some thought into more than one character from this entire civilization.
Yeah, and even Kida's mother, who did this big old sacrifice, is never referred to as anything other than Kida's mother.
Yeah, and they never have any other representatives of the entire civilization do anything other than just be people.
Yeah, the closest we get is one random nameless guy going, "How did you get that to work?" And that's their only line.
Yeah, and just people fishing up the lobsters and things like that. But yeah, how about you? What was your weakest link?
Being a Disney movie and the setting that it's in, there had to be a certain amount of suspension of disbelief. However, got a bit far-fetched on more than one occasion.
Yeah.
From the very beginning, you had to suspend a certain amount just to see them going down to get to Atlantis, but then you had some real bullshit things happening.
Yeah, suspension of disbelief is not something I normally bring up as a weakest link because we're normally just doing fiction and you just kind of roll with it, but I do kind of get you on this because it's meant to be set on Earth.
Yeah, during a time where technology wasn't sophisticated. They weren't even using Tommy guns.
Yeah, it's like the technology that they had for the submarine is far and away beyond what is up on the surface.
Which, yeah, sure, billionaire philanthropist can do what the fuck he wants. I'll hand wave that. Then you had the little tiny ones resisting all the pressure. I'll hand wave that. We're going to Atlantis. It's bullshit. But then you had stuff like, I think the biggest offender was the fact that they didn't have to do anything special to get to the Crystal Heart. It was just in the middle of the throne room. They just walked onto a certain spot and stayed still for 2 seconds, and they went down. Now, you could argue that perhaps the Atlantean king was he knew it was there the whole time and was trying to stop people because he didn't want his daughter to get sacrificed, but they didn't bring that up. They just sort of hand-waved it. It's a lot of hand-waving in this movie.
Yeah.
And it's fine. I don't care that much. We've got to bring up a weakest link. I've already said I don't particularly care for the film anyway. Let's move on with our lives. Rick, MVP.
I'm going to give it to Michael J. Fox. He injected a lot of emotion into Milo, and he's what made Milo a joy to watch. So, yes, my MVP is going to Michael J. Fox from this one. How about you?
I'm going to give it to... I keep wanting to say Whittlebane, but that's from fucking the Owl House. What's the fucking rich guy's name?
Oh, that would be Preston B. Whitmore.
Yeah, Whitmore. I'm going to give it to Whitmore on the sole reason, that he was not the twist villain.
Yeah. He had the hairstyle of one.
He was just so chill and relaxed during his initial meeting with Milo. I was like, this is too chill and relax. And then it got to the point where at the end, yeah, he's bummed out that he didn't get any piece of Atlantis for himself. He did, but he didn't realise it at the point, and he was still coaching the team through, this is the story you've got to give the press.
Yeah, I appreciated that. Like, he was a very good bookend to the story, and he wasn't there from the beginning of the story, but he was there from the beginning of the plot.
But he was there from the beginning of the story, really, because we had to open with, this is why Milo's life is so shit, and this is why Milo will jump at this opportunity. So I think using the term bookend is a very good way of putting this character.
Yeah, he served that role admirably in that he was someone to come home to and relay all your exploits to, and he's filed away all of the fantastic discoveries never to be revealed to the universe, which is, for the best, as we've seen with what normal people would do with that knowledge.
And of course, ultimately, Milo stayed behind for the pussy.
Yep. And setting up for the second movie, The Return of Milo.
Yeah, if we do another Getting Down to Disness, Let's Get Down to Disness, I should say, maybe we'll cover it. I got a sneaking suspicion it's probably shit. This film gets brought up all the time, but the sequel never gets brought up.
Oh yeah, we could just do like weird Disney sequels month.
Oh yeah, Return of the Jafar was actually pretty decent considering the fucking premise.
Yeah, that was the first movie where they got Dan Castellaneta as the genie, didn't they?
Possibly. Yeah,
because of the feud with Robin Williams.
Yeah, Robin Williams asked for Disney to not do a thing, and in return he'll play the genie, and then Disney did the thing, so he went, okay, fine, fuck you, which I respect the hell out of.
Yeah. And then it was a big deal for the third movie when they finally buried the hatchet and got him back for it.
Not to knock Castanella, because to child me, it sounded exactly the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to do it from us today, guys. We'll wax lyrical about more Disney films in the future, I'm sure. We're probably also going to do another Let's Get Down to Disness month, probably in the new year. We're not going to do it this year, because 1 month is enough, you greedy fucks.
There's also not that much of the year left, and doing this again for another month so soon would feel strange.
It would. But yes, as always, we've got the comment section down below if you're watching on YouTube. Please do drop us a line. But if you're not watching via YouTube, but instead listening via one of our many audio platforms, you can instead send us an email at
nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. Once again, that is nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
Yes. And a special little message if you made it this far. As always, you're our favourite people, but also you get to know a little something in advance. Rick's fucking off for 3 weeks, so you've got some pre-records to look forward to in the future.
See you later, everyone.
Bye-bye.